Hello, welcome to the Curator Podcast. This is episode 31. Hi, hello, welcome to the Curator Podcast. This is episode 31. Back to the regular schedule here, back to one podcast every week talking to a creative, inspiring individual. And this week is actually probably one of the hardest working punk rock musicians that the UK has to offer, I think. I talked to Fraser from the Murderburgers. Now, the Murderburgers have been going for quite a while now, and as you'll hear in the podcast, the Murderburgers has went through various different incarnations, but Fraser's work ethic and Fraser's drive to just keep playing shows and just doing what the fuck he loves is unquestionable. The Murderburgers have played a lot of shows. They've released some great records and they're now part of the Asian Man family, which is a great thing, especially for a band from Scotland. Fraser is like the atypical punk musician, he's whenever he's not on the road, he's basically just working any job that he can find. He also runs a record label called Round Dog Records, which as you'll hear in the podcast, he also loves doing, and is a great testament to our wonderful DIY punk ethic that we have in Scotland. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the Murderburgers are a band whose DIY punk ethic has really propelled them to the place where they are. Playing shows, being on the road all the time and just paying their dues has gotten them to be probably one of the most popular old school proper pop punk bands in Scotland, and they've gone on to do a lot over the years, and they just have a whole lot more shit coming up as well. Talking to Fraser was great. You get a real sense of the guy in this interview, and I have to thank the awesome people at the 13th Note for letting us just sit downstairs in their venue when nobody was in and generally talk shit for about 40 minutes. And without them it would have been a total bust, so thanks very much for that, guys. We really appreciate that. We really love you. You do great things. So I'm going to open up this interview now with a Murderburgers song, and I hope you enjoy it.
You no longer look the same. I wanna get out of bed most days. You say your life's lacking structure and that you need something more, man. I'd like to help, but I swear I'm struggling myself. I've been listening to self-takes to restore my mental health. Snap back a few years ago, we had words of fucking time all over. All they seem benign, now all we see is warning signs. Don't you ever want something more? 'Cause it's a defeated look upon your face as
The very kind people in 30th Not Fraser have let us use their venue. How you doing?
I'm good.
Happy New Year as well.
Oh, Happy New Year, man. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright. I thought I'd be really hungover, but I'm not. So I'm happy with that.
What'd you do last night?
Nothing.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you'd think you'd be hungover then.
Just drank.
It's just alright, just drank. Yeah, I didn't even do that. Woke up feeling pretty terrible for some reason.
Is that a common thing?
Standard, yeah.
It's good to know. I think we're often on the same page there then.
Yeah.
I often wake up hating myself, so I'm like, why even bother today? Like,
Yeah, sometimes if I wake up and I'm not hating myself, I'm kind of concerned. So I was.
What is a strange feeling I have?
Yeah, it was this happiness.
This is odd.
Yeah.
So you're a busy fucking man.
Yeah.
You're one of the busiest men in punk involved in punk music, maybe in Britain.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Why?
I don't really know. I mean, combination of having nothing better to do and not liking staying in one place, I guess.
So so restlessness, is that like a huge, is that like a big deal for you? Like?
Yeah, I mean, I find when I get home from tours, like sometimes on tour, like that one was a long one. I was away like for in total like 3 months, and kind of towards the end, I was like, I kind of can't wait to get home and just rest for a bit. And then like 1 week passed, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. I need to be somewhere else. So I guess restlessness is a big part of it.
It's interesting. Like a lot of the musicians and stuff that I've spoken to, they always kind of talk a little bit about like balancing life at home and life on the road in terms of it's great being away and doing what you do, but it's also great to be home. But then like the restlessness is kind of set in. I think maybe a certain kind of person who are in bands that kind of does that, like that kind of is the way they are, you know what I mean?
It's hard to get the balance. I mean, I tried and kind of gave up a while ago because I tried to get the kind of balance of being like, yeah, I'll be in tour for part of the year and then I'll just try and do kind of more normal stuff part of the year. But then I just found I just booked myself up with kind of tons of stuff, and I don't know, kind of dry. I usually just do like admin jobs and hand out flyers every now and then and that sort of thing, and it tends to drive me insane pretty quickly. So I just try and do as much kind of band stuff as I can, and kind of do the label stuff in between now. But I kind of need to get a job at some point, I guess.
You don't have to.
I mean, I don't have to, but it would help.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's trying to. I don't know. I find myself in a similar position, only that I guess that now that I'm older and I just turned 30, like I kind of find myself thinking that maybe like the thing that you do, maybe I'm too old to do it now. It's a ridiculous thing to say, I know, but you become so settled in a certain way of life, and like it's hard to go back to.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's too old to kind of ruin their life just yet.
Would you say it ruins your life?
No, I think it makes it more challenging, but I definitely I get more enjoyment out of life by touring and doing band stuff and label stuff than I would just by not doing it. But it definitely makes things a lot more kind of touch and go.
It makes me that's interesting you say that, because when you said that, I'm thinking you've had like a great wealth of experiences by being in a band and being on the road and doing all that shit and being in so many different places for so long. And there's this book by an author, I can't remember his name, but it's called The Experience Economy, and it's about how as people in that our society's kind of moving past this materialism thing more towards experiences, and people valuing a life based on the experiences they've had as opposed to all the things that they own and that define them, like a whole sort of Fight Club nonsense, Would you say that the whole experience part of it is like one of the biggest driving factors as to why you keep doing it? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, like my luck as someone that plays in a band is kind of absolutely awful most of the time. Like, and people just joke about it quite a lot. Like, what can go wrong does go wrong pretty much. But I mean, even when you get like shows that are terrible or like something bad happens on tour, there's always the kind of experience of it, and you can always kind of laugh at it later on, So yeah, I mean, if it wasn't that, I'd probably have just been like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. But even like there's been some like terrible times on tour that have just been like, now they're just kind of laughable, and like I can tell people about them and I've had the experience with it. So, and it always makes the next thing that's absolutely terrible not seem quite as bad. So there's always that.
From what I gathered by following your recent travels on Facebook, you didn't have the best luck in the European UK tour.
Definitely not. The shows were great, man. Like that was one of the kind of best runs we've done. Like in terms of like us not being, we were on tour with Rational Anthem. Like they're great and good friends of mine and stuff. But
Like in terms of not being on tour with like a bigger band, that was like gig wise, it was great. But everything surrounding it was just pretty diabolical. Like it was like van hire falling through at the last minute, and like drivers bailing. One driver bailed the day before we were leaving, and then the other one bailed at 4 a.m. the day we were leaving. And also the van hire falling through meant we had to go out and buy like a second-hand car from this really dodgy guy called Henry. They just kept going, "You'll have a wonderful time in this car." And I was just like, "I'm going to level with you, man. We're going to buy this piece of shit anyway. So if there's anything that needs to be done, can you let us know?" And he's like, "No, perfect condition, completely fine." So I was like, "Cool, Henry. Like best mates now. Thanks for the car." And then I noticed whenever we did like sharp right turns, like it made this noise. It was like, so we were just like, "Oh, that's the car," eating something else. Like it was just, whenever it was like a really loud noise, we just say that was it taking a really big bite out of the world or something. And then, it seemed okay. Actually, once he told us that there was nothing wrong with it, that's when I was sitting in the back seat and tried to open the door, and I was like, "Yeah, this door doesn't open." He's like, "Oh, it's funny, it was working a minute ago." So we had to spend some money on that collectively, and then we got down to London, figured we could get it checked out, and then leave the next day for Paris. And the garage were just like we could let you leave with this, but we really don't want you to, because it's like full of holes that are leaking oil, and that wheel's like a danger, and engine was in perfect condition, but everything else was just terrible. So like then we had trouble with a driver had to go home as well, so then we had trouble getting Noel and Chris and Rational Anthem on insurance because they're American. So with all that, we couldn't like go abroad or anything, and then that was pretty terrible. So we had to cancel Paris and the next French show, and then this guy Andy just kind of got in touch. He saw a post online. We never met the guy, but he was just like, "Yeah, I'm working this pub job that I don't really like, and I drive for bands." And he basically got a train down from Nottingham to London at like 8 p.m. and then got down at midnight. We booked the ferry and then just left and got the ferry at like 2 a.m. Then drove for 16 hours to get to Grenoble and then continued the tour. It was pretty much plain sailing from then. But we had to cancel the first 3 shows actually as well, because just with like money problems and stuff, and so that kind of sucked. But then Rational Anthem spent some time in Edinburgh. We went and drank Dragon Soup and got hold of an owl and stuff, so that's cool. Too. Yeah. Met a guy that was claiming he was William Wallace, who was really into Kiss, and showed us his Gene Simmons bass and stuff, and that was cool. But
man, that's the experiences that you live for. But that's an interesting thing about like a guy though is like, it's fucking like you wouldn't get that in any other kind of community. Like some guy going, "Oh, by the way, I'll just come and help you out for the next fucking foreseeable." Oh yeah, definitely. Especially a guy that we hadn't met. Yeah. Like Andy turned out to be awesome. Like he plays in this band, Palm Reader. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's Andy from Palm Reader. He was they'll tour with Cancel Bats as well. Like, so you can go and see them. I think they're playing the Garage.
One of the bands I'm in, City Garage, they played the Palm Reader in King Tut's like a couple of years ago.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, it was Andy, the guitar player. Yeah, he was just like, "Yeah, cool, I'll do it." So he came down and. We borrowed our old drummer's Berlingo, which is what we used to tour in when he was in the band. It's kind of like one of those cars that's kind of designed for like a wheel, like holding like a wheelchair and stuff. So we like for a 3-piece that was great for touring in. But it was like 5 of us, so we just travelled. We left the drum kit, and Andy came down, and we had a really good time for the next 2 weeks. And
you borrowed drum kits every night then, yeah?
Pretty much. But Pete from Rational Anthem is like he's a smooth talker.
Yeah.
He's got those dulcet tones. So
I do remember very briefly meeting him, and I was quite drunk, and I think he was as well.
Yeah, but he basically was able to, because we borrowed cymbals and stuff that were okay, but he was just like, one of them didn't really make very much noise, so he would just go up and go, "Hi, I'm Pete from Rational Anthem," and just kind of sweet talk with the drummers. So he borrowed pretty much everything every night, no problem, so that was fine. If it had been me that was talking to drummers though, like we would have probably not even been allowed the kit, so yeah.
That's pretty ballsy of drummers to do that. Like.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Like when I was like, I still play drums, but when I used to play drums like for like bands like 10, 11 years ago, like I'd just show up with sticks. So I always like knew that feeling of like the guy that absolutely hates me. So like to do that all the way around Europe was a pretty ballsy thing to do, but yeah, he seemed to be able to get by no problem, so that was good.
You obviously fundamentally your main band is the Murderburgers, and you play guitar and sing. Do you get pissed off when people ask to play your gear?
Not really. I mean, if they're nice about it, then I'm okay with it. But I know I found a couple of times like I don't know, even though you're doing someone a favour, some people can just be kind of snobby about it and like, my amp's good, man. I really like the thing, and like it's just when people make like snidey comments because they couldn't get the sound they wanted. I was like, well, it's better than no sound.
Yeah.
You know, give me a break.
It's not my fucking fault you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. But no, most of the time I'm okay with it. I mean, if with cabs and stuff, I can see why people are a bit more kind of precious about heads, because if your head breaks on tour, then you're kind of screwed. One time actually in Cardiff, like I can't remember what the band was. It's my old amp, and I didn't actually say the band could borrow it, I don't think, but they just went in and plugged it anyway, and the guy jammed the jack like in the back, so it fell through like the back of the cab. They hadn't noticed, and he did the same thing with the head. And then, so when he pulled it out of the head, that was all kind of fucked. And then the one in the back, when he was playing, because it'd fallen in, it was just smoke coming out of the back of the amp. And he was just like, oh, thanks for letting me use your stuff. And then they left before we played. So the sound guy had to come out with all these tools, and like, thankfully the guy was organised, he had power tools. So he like, yeah, we only got to play for 15 minutes that night, and my amp was kind of ruined. So after that, I was kind of precious about it for a while, but most of the time, not too bothered.
I had the first show that I played with False Hopeless Man. It was 50. We only managed to play 15 minutes for supporting Aspi.
All right, cool.
The Sleazies, and the sound guy we had some issues with basically setting up, and the sound guy was like rushing us like hell. It's like, guy, you're only 15 minutes. Like, mate, this like if you let us do a sound check to begin with, I would have been happy. We wouldn't have this fucking issue. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It was a bit of a bummer, but yeah. I totally.
When was that? The Aspi?
That was in August.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just on tour when I was in tour with Teenage Bottle Rocket and Wonk Unit. It was Ed Boning that does the booking for Aspi. Like he was on that tour. I don't know if they were on that tour where we were on that one, but
I think it might get an off day maybe when they played in Glasgow.
Ah, right, okay.
It's possible.
Yeah, I definitely missed it anyway. As you probably gathered because I wasn't there.
Hardly anybody was there. It's fine. So let's go. Talking about guitars and that, and you seem to play quite a lot of instruments from the various side projects that you've done.
Yeah.
Where did it all begin though? Like, when did you first decide that playing music was something that you really quite enjoyed doing?
I don't know. I mean, I was kind of interested in like punk music from the age of like 12. I guess the first time I actually heard like a band, like a punk band or whatever, was when I was like 8. I remember that was when like kind of Offspring, Green Day and stuff were like on MTV all the time, and I remember like seeing like when I was like 12, seeing like Smash like in Woolworths or something, and going like, oh yeah, I reckon this is the band that had that video where they lick eggs off the camera. So like convinced my dad to kind of pick it up for me, and then after that I just kind of got into more and more bands and decided that I wanted to give guitar a shot. I was really bad at it for months and just frustrated and couldn't be bothered, but I don't know, I think from then I kind of decided that I wanted to give it a shot. But then, when I was kind of 16, 17, I was like playing drums in bands and stuff. I think by that point I decided that I just kind of wanted to play in bands and wasn't that interested about anything else. I did originally want to do the recording side of things and went to college for that, but it was one of those things where they're like, yeah, you'll be in the studio all the time and, recording bands, and got there and it was all electronics and you were in a studio for half an hour a week, and it was like 25 people in a class, and the studio wasn't even a studio. It was like a cupboard that they put like a mixer in, and like, put a glass door with a drum kit behind it, so you couldn't see anything, and the equipment sucked. So that kind of put me off doing that for a while, so I ended up just kind of getting into playing in bands more. But yeah, I mean, even when I was like 18, 19, like I was doing kind of small tours and stuff, like a couple of weeks and stuff with other bands, and then when Murderburgers started, we sucked, but we still kind of worked hard for like the first like couple of years, or 2 or 3 years when we sucked, and I think by that point I just decided that I wanted to kind of get better and try and do as much as I could.
I just find it really interesting because, like I said at the start, man, like you're one of the hardest working musicians I think that I've ever met. Like, just and I just wonder where, like, I've met a lot of musicians and I've got a lot of pals that are also musicians as well, but like the work ethic is fucking awesome. Thanks. That was terrifying.
Yeah, it's the ghost of the 13th Knot, man.
Fuck, what was I saying? I'm not going to cut this bit out, I'm just going to leave this bit in.
Yeah, that's probably the best bit.
Yeah, like the work ethic, obviously, You listen to bands like Green Day and The Offspring, like they had that work ethic to begin with, but when like I remember those days as well. The Offspring, Americana was the first record I owned, and, but the work ethic, they didn't have that anymore because they were like, fucking, they had the major label and stuff.
Yeah.
So at what point did you realise that the DIY thing was like kind of your calling almost? Because it's obviously what you still do now, so it's been a long time you've been doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of always been involved in that, I guess, and like, I mean, even like now, like unless like we do like a bigger tour with a bigger band, like I'm still booking all of the tours like myself. I don't know, I just built up like a lot of contacts over the years. It's made it kind of easier to do, and we always get offers to kind of play new places. I mean, I don't mind as long as I can get like, we get some money to get by, and can continue to do it. Then, like, I'm totally fine with that. But I think like just like, I don't know, the DIY thing I've been involved in like since I was like 16 or whatever. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know if I've ever really realised that was it. I think it's just always been the way it is,
so I guess there was no realisation. It's just like, well, I want to make shit happen, so
yeah,
I make shit happen.
Do it, yeah. Because I mean, a lot of the time as well, like with tours and stuff, like I know some bands like seem to be able to like get in a booking agency and all that sort of thing, but we've never been that sort of band. Like we do some tours that are through booking agencies as like support, but we've never had a booking agency like come and say like, oh yeah, we want to. Well, we have, but it didn't really work out. But like say that they want to take us on and stuff. So it's like, well, it's either just book everything myself or just sit around waiting for no one to get in touch.
Would you ever entertain that idea of a booking agency? Because it seems to be quite a big thing for a lot of your bands now.
Yeah, I mean,
I wish someone would do it for me. I fucking hate booking shows.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, sometimes, I mean, with the stress of it and everything, and then like when you're booking it yourself as well, I find like everything's on you as well. If a show goes badly, then like other people.
It's terrifying for me. That's why I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, luckily the past few tours that I've been on, like people understand that that's not the case. Like it's not the person that booked it's fault. It's there's loads of factors that contribute to shows going well or shows not going well. But yeah, I kind of find it's just the stress involved quite a lot of the time. Kind of makes me think like, it'd be good to have someone like book it for me. But the level that like Murderburgers is at, it's like, I don't know, it seems almost really not worth it to get someone else to do it. It's cool like doing support tours, like I love doing that. But I mean, unless like we were at a stage where it was getting to the point that booking tours as well as doing everything else was unmanageable, then I'll just continue kind of doing it this way.
It's interesting that you say that, man, because there's a lot of bands that would kill to do the kind of shit that you guys have done, like playing Heavy Fest, playing Fest, supporting Alkaline Trio numerous times. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of shit that people get booking agents for.
Yeah, well, I mean, the tours as well that we've done through booking agencies of like I really appreciate doing them, but it's never the booking agency that gets in touch with us. It's always been because we're, like it was Asian Man that put us in touch with Alkaline Trio, and like when we toured with Mass Intruder, that was Mass Intruder that like said to the booking agent, because we've been talking about it, and same with like copyrights. It was like the copyrights that got us on that. So it's always like, it's just through touring. That's one of the things as well. Like, I find touring to be really beneficial just for like that sort of thing. Like, because you just make friends with bands that want to help you out, and vice versa. So, basically any bigger tour that we've done, it's always been like the band, or like, with the exception of the Alkaline Trio one, that was Asian Man that got us on that. So it's just kind of, I find like touring's the best way to kind of get out there and do that rather than sit around for someone else to do stuff for you.
I mean, one thing I was talking to Billy about is, we kind of briefly brought up, we didn't really speak too much about it, but there's a lot of bands that kind of see themselves in competition with other people.
Yeah.
I mean, you've done a lot of touring, you've played with a lot of bands, like including obviously a lot of local supporters and bigger bands that tour.
Yeah.
Have you ever come across that attitude as well? Like,
oh yeah, definitely. Like I don't think of it that way at all. Like I just find it really weird. It's like I don't know what you're in competition for. You know, it's like no one's really making any money. You're just going out there and playing and try to do as much as you can. So yeah, I always find it really weird when bands like, I don't know, I've had it in the past where bands like kind of snub you when you try and say hi to them, or you know, like they'll not watch you, or they'll watch you and then just like completely avoid you. And then I don't know, yeah, the whole bands being in competition thing is just really weird to me. It's like I don't know what you're competing for. There's like, yeah, I don't know, just keep on playing and doing what you want to do kind of thing.
Conversely, Scotland's got a fucking brilliant DIY punk scene with a lot of ace labels and a lot of ace people involved, some of which I've spoken to for the podcast as well. And like I think when you started out though, like when you started out playing Murderburgers, it wasn't like that. I remember when I first started out in a band, like must have been back 2005.
Yeah.
That shit just, the only label that really existed at the time was Make That Take, and they'd only just started.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like that kind of shit just did not exist, and it's grown so much.
That's definitely back then, was when the whole competition thing, it definitely felt more like that. It was really hard to get like other bands to like help out with shows. Like they would just like ignore messages and stuff. Even doing gig swaps, I would find like a lot of bands would be like weird about that. Or like you'd do a gig, you'd get like a band to play, and then they just kind of like refuse to kind of put you on like in their town. Like nowadays it's completely not like that. There's like so many like people that are like out to kind of help each other out. But yeah, I totally felt it back then. It was really difficult. I remember as well, like back in like maybe like 2003, I think, when I was playing a lot. That was back when like it was definitely that feeling of competition back then, and I think it's because like a lot of bands were like still trying to be like Blink-182 and stuff, and like so they were just trying to kind of get to that level, and it was all pay to play as well. Like back then as well, there was barely anywhere you could put on like a show, and even if it was like somewhere like 13th Note, you could only get like 15 people to show up, and you know.
That pay to play thing is mind blowing, because I thought we'd totally killed it in this city, and it seems to have come back. A lot of younger bands, there's a couple I don't know their names, because I don't know the names of the promoters specifically, but I knew that if I seen their promo company online, I would know what it is.
Yeah.
But there are a couple out there in Glasgow that still do it, and I'm like this is like, there's better ways to make money, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. You know? Yes. Yeah, I totally thought it kind of died out till recently as well, but like I don't know why. Like I don't know. I guess it's just like new generations of people that play in bands haven't realised yet that that's not the way to do it. You know, someday go, we're gonna make you a star. Just fucking give us all your money.
My mum's boyfriend, he used to play he played in lots of like sort of cock rock bands in the 80s.
Yeah.
And when I remember talking to him about this, like, and he was like, "Oh man, you just like just pay to go on a show," and I was like, "Mate, what?" It's like, I've never done that in my life. He's like, "Really?" It's like, we just don't do that anymore. Like, it's just not like, why would you do? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was like huge. Like, it was like before the whole punk thing was a really big thing. Like, it was a huge. It was what you had to do.
Yeah.
Now it's totally different, which is ace. You know, but it's just times have changed so much, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like I've still definitely heard of like bands like buying their way onto tours and stuff these days. But I mean, that's when, you know, the vast majority of the time, like the band sucks, but there's just someone that's got money that they can pump into them and stuff. But yeah, no, I'm so glad that most people have realised that that's not the way to do it, you know.
I posted a couple of months ago. I posted a thing a poll on Twitter asking like buying onto tours, yes or no, and it was overwhelmingly no. But has anybody ever came to you with that kind of thing? Like,
we've had some emails from like touring festivals and stuff that have been like, oh yeah, we really want you guys to come and play this festival, and you know, we've got like 14 dates like across America, and you know, blah blah blah. And I'll be like, well, I've always inquired about it to see what the deal is, and it'll be, yeah, you only have to pay like, you know, $200 to get on each show, and you know, just to let you know, you have to arrange your own transport, sleeping places and stuff. I was just like, nah, I think I'll just leave that.
That sounds like warped to me.
Yeah, we got approached by one a couple of times. I think it was the same one a couple of times. It was like it was like, come on this tour. It's like a month long, but you have to pay to get on all of them. We can't provide sleeping places. You have to arrange all your own backline, your own transport, and it's a Christian touring festival, so you're not allowed to swear. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of can't tick any of those boxes, so we're just going to leave it.
There's probably doing a Bible group every night as well. Awesome.
Yeah, probably. I actually checked out the website and stuff. It looked like I mean, not that we were going to do it, but it seemed like a pretty kind of. There wasn't very many people there most of the times.
It seemed like
not enough swearing. That's why, man. People love swearing.
People fucking love swearing.
Yeah, man. Fucking love it.
So, when I was doing some research earlier today, I was like, I have heard some interviews that you've done in the past.
Right.
You haven't done that many though.
No.
That's not the question, but you haven't done that many. Why is that?
Just people don't want to talk to me, I guess. I don't know.
You're lovely, man. Come on.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Just haven't really done that many.
One of the things you said is proper pop punk, not shit like Fall Out Boy and Paramore.
Yeah. Well, it's just the thing is, like, a bunch of bands like that. Like, I'm not going to deny, like, a bunch of bands like that do have catchy songs or good pop punk songs. But I think, like, nowadays, I totally feel fine with saying we're a pop punk band. But, like, back in the day, like, if I said we're a pop punk band, people would just be like, they would just assume, like, Fall Out Boy or, like, I don't know, like Paramore or Panic at the Disco. I don't even know what they sound like, to be fair. But I'm assuming they're getting lumped in with that crowd. But, like, yeah, I mean, it used to be like when we started out for the first few years, when I'd tell people that we're a pop punk band, they would just instantly assume that. But I think, like,
expecting haircuts and big choruses.
Yeah. But, like, nowadays, yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah, we're a pop punk band. I don't have to make that comment anymore.
Well, like, what's the distinction in your head, though?
Well, I think, like,
I like both. This is why I'm asking. I'm interested.
Okay. Well, when I think of the kind of newer, like, new school or whatever pop punk stuff, I just think the stuff that's like a bit more whinier with like breakdowns and stuff, or the kind of beat down bits and. Yeah. You know, that kind of thing.
My pal calls it easycore, like first 34 years strong and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then, like, when I think of like pop punk bands, I always think of bands like, I don't know, like Scooch and Weasel or Queers or Copyrights or, you know, that sort of thing.
Like Ramones style power pop.
Yeah, not even so much like strictly like, I hate the term, but like Ramones core, like not strictly
that.
Is
that actually a thing?
Yeah, it is.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's just terrible term. Because the thing is, there's bands, I mean, one of the reasons, like, I totally get it when bands get described as that, but one thing is you start, like, I remember reading, like, listings for something or a review of, like, Banner Pilot or Dear Landlord or one of those bands, and it called them, like, Ramones core, and I was like, well, they're not, they're like a Midwest pop punk band, but, like, yeah, it just seemed like a lot of bands just getting lumped in as that. And it kind of puts me off checking out a lot of those bands because it's like Ramones core and I just expect it to be like 1, 2, 3, 4 Gabba Gabba or whatever. I love the Ramones, man, like, obviously, like, they're one of my favourite bands, but, like, yeah, it just seems using that Ramones core thing just kind of puts me off, like, checking bands out. But I do kind of associate, like, pop punk more with, like, Scooch and Weasel and bands like that. Yeah, I don't know, the bands that I like that I'd say are pop punk are, like, I know, like, I used to be really, like, mostly into, like, Scooch and Weasel, Queers, Mr. T Experience, like, that sort of thing. Like, nowadays I kind of like a bit more, like, I know I like a lot of the kind of Midwest, like, bands like Dear Landlord and the Manics and Banner Pilot and stuff. But I still kind of, I guess, like, I don't know, it's mainly the breakdown bits I kind of associate with the kind of newer, kind of pop punk kind of thing. That kind of, like...
Do you like Wonder Years?
I've not really heard much of them. Like, we had Rudy from the Walking Targets, like, he was playing drums for us for a little while, and he was really into that sort of thing. What was that label? Was it Top Shelf or something? Yeah. There's a lot of those bands, like, he was really into those. So I've only really heard some of those bands because of him, but I've not really heard too much. Like, I should maybe stop being so narrow-minded and just check some other bands out.
Well, man, you like what you like, and there's, like, that's the brilliant thing about punk is if you don't want to hear anything else other than the shit you love, then don't fucking listen to it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll just stick to being a dickhead then.
How does that make you a dickhead? I don't understand.
It probably doesn't. I just thought I'd put myself down. It'd been about, like, I put myself down at the start of this, I think, a little bit, and I thought enough time had passed for me to throw something else in.
So you need to just like the quotient for putting yourself down is kind of lowered enough for you to raise it back up again.
I need a reason to rise. Yeah.
So you've kept people who have maybe never heard of Murderburgers before. I'm not saying they listen to this podcast because they probably don't, but if they haven't, then you keep saying we, but it's basically just you. Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird because it's like I want to say. I know it's weird just because I do think of it as a band, but then it's just like I feel weird going like, oh well, I've done this and I've done that, because there's always other people doing it, but they're just not permanent members. So I don't know. I feel a bit like it feels like I'm being a bit full of myself if I just say that it's me. But then again, it is pretty much just me most of the time. So that's kind of why. And it feels weird saying a band name and then saying I. Yeah. You know. So that's kind of it's a weird thing to have. Weird problem to have.
Why is it? Why has there been so many? It's like rotating door basically. Why?
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that now, or has that become like? Is that through circumstance, or is it through choice, or like is it maybe a bit of both, or?
I think a bit of both. It's mainly like I found that people don't really want to tour as much as I want to, and I can totally understand that because it makes everything more difficult around you. Because you basically have to quit jobs and can't pay rent, and then if you've got a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, like they'll get angry about that and stuff. So it kind of puts a lot of pressure on. So yeah, but basically just like band members like didn't really want to tour as much as I did. So I know there's a lot of bands that kind of just stick with the same lineup and not do as much, but that would kind of drive me insane. So that's how it started. It's just, well, if you can't do something, like I'll just kind of get someone else that wants to do more, really. But it's got to that point that pretty much everybody that I've asked to join to do more are at that stage where they're like, well, I can't do as much anymore. So now it's just like a list of people where like I'll get in touch like if I need like someone to go on tour and stuff like that. I would like it to be like a kind of a permanent lineup of like 3 people, but it's just kind of difficult, like, because I mean a lot of the people that play for Murderburgers now are in other bands, so like, and they always, fair enough, they always prioritise like their own band over Murderburgers stuff. So yeah, it's mainly just like it's kind of through choice. Like I want to tour more, so I don't want to stick with the same people, and circumstance because other people don't want to tour as much, I guess. So
I mean, I suppose it's fortunate for you as well because your format is a 3-piece.
Yeah.
And you are the songwriter and the guitar player and the lyricist, so I'm just going to say it. It's always your vision, regardless of who else is around you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think you should really feel as though it's wanky for saying like I, because it is you now. Like
yeah, I kind of feel weird as well because people have kind of clocked on the fact that it's just me. So some people have kind of like, as you said about why are you saying we when it's just you. And it's like maybe I should just start saying I.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, man. Like Prince does it,
That's true, yeah.
I love Prince. He's the first person that comes to mind. I can't think. Nobody else immediately comes to mind, but I'm sure there are loads of people that do the same thing. Like,
yeah, I mean that's what the Queers do. The Queers just Joe, pretty much. It's kind of Joe that told me. He's like, yeah, like don't get too down if like someone leaves the band or whatever. Because there's always like people that want to do like tours for maybe like 3 weeks or a month or whatever, that can't do it the whole year round. So it's like you just have to find people that want to do like parts of the year and then just make sure that they can do it then. So the one thing that's kind of a bit of an issue for me at the moment is not having like a lineup just to do like if we get asked to do something good at the last minute, like chances are like I won't be able to do it because like I won't have anybody to do it. Because like I know I'm getting to that point as well, like the age that I'm at. Like a lot of people are getting married and having kids and kind of getting like permanent jobs and that sort of thing. And I'm the guy that's still just like pretending that I'm like 8 years younger than I actually am. And
all my friends are in the same position as you, so maybe you should be my friend now.
Maybe, yeah, there we go.
Like none of my friends are getting married or have kids, so, and I'm 30, so
yeah, maybe there's just
it happens.
Like a circle of people that I haven't bumped into yet.
I spoke to Billy about this and as well because I think that's something who's going to go out after Billy's.
Okay.
Well, probably will now because now after saying that, but he was talking about the people that was in his very first band and they all kind of moved on to have like lives now. Do you know? And was asking them, kind of one of the things I asked you at the start of the interview as well was like, do you think there's a specific kind of person that wants to do this? And I think the answer is yes. He didn't really have an answer for that, but I think there is, because not everybody's happy with, well, people are happy with just having a life and having kids and settling down. But some people just aren't, and I think that's fine. You know, but it does tend to happen to most of your friends because they fear. Everybody wants comfort.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. I think there is like a certain type of person, and in a way, I kind of envy people that are like happy with just kind of like, they'll be like, yeah, you know, they can. Like, I've got friends that like playing bands, but they're happy just to do like a couple of like 2 week tours a year, and then do the odd thing and record. But then they've got the kind of comfortable life, which is completely fine. But in a way, I kind of almost kind of envy them, because if I was kind of in that position, even though some people are completely fine with that, like I'm always like, I just start to feel really restless with that sort of thing. So yeah, I think there is like a type of person that just can't really stay in one place for too long, I think.
On the other hand though, you're now on Asian Man Records, which is an awesome thing, and you could choose to do that now. Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely, I mean, there, like, I was kind of pretty much on tour with like the exception of like a couple of weeks between things since like May. Like last year up until I got home on the 23rd of December, moved in a new flat, and then did all the Christmas shit. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely do more than I used to be able to. But yeah, it's just finding other people that are kind of willing to do it so that I can still keep it going. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely finding like it's kind of harder to do some things, but it's definitely getting kind of easier to put a lot more time into just touring and kind of doing it as full time as possible, really. The one thing that's harder to do is like, because I'm doing the label thing as well, like it's kind of hard to do that when I'm not around. So that's the one thing.
Does being on the road all the time make you feel kind of more whole, more sort of stable?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, one thing is like I'd get really bad anxiety at jobs. Like any job that I get, I don't know what it is. It's like I feel kind of. I guess if I knew what it is, it'd be easy enough to just go, right, don't do that. Like stop acting like a weirdo. But like if I work at a job, like I just feel really kind of out of place, whatever the job is. Like I do a lot of admin work.
I did that for a long time until I recently got my first proper job for a long time.
Cool. Yeah, admin work's fine because it's like I like the ones that you just kind of get like given a pile of stuff to do. They just put you in a column and you do it. That's my kind of thing. But yeah, I always feel kind of weird like at jobs like that, and call centre work and stuff, like I just can't do. Like I feel far too weird about it. Like,
fuck yeah, man.
But it's not even just like, it's not like a childish thing of like a dislike of a job. It's just completely not feeling right doing it. Whereas like when I'm on tour and like playing, like I found these days like on tour and talking to people about what I'm doing, like if I talk to someone at like a day job that I'm doing about like playing a band and stuff, I just feel like awkward and weird and embarrassed about it in a way. But if I'm actually playing, like that's when I feel completely fine doing it. So that's why I feel like the more I'm on the road now, like the better that I just feel about everything in general. It definitely works better for my mental health, you know.
I guess that's a good thing. Having that drive to keep doing it as well is important. Do you know where that drive comes from? Like,
not really, no. I guess. I mean, I just love playing and I love writing stuff, and I used to hate recording, but I really like recording now. And you know, it's just loving doing those things and seeing that by doing those things, I can get to like a position in life that I just feel like more comfortable, like as a person, like not financially it's a disaster. But yeah, just like the more I kind of do it, the more I can see like, yeah, I can kind of feel more normal, like for a longer length of time if I keep doing this.
I think that's probably a good note to end on. That's a good end quote.
There we go.
If you get anything else you want to say, or like I've asked all my questions as well, so that's good. If you get anything you want to say or anything you'd like to ask me before we wrap up, I love asking this question at the end.
What do you think about a movie called Wrestlers in Space? What do you think about that? This is my big pitch that I'm putting.
Oh yeah, I've seen this on Twitter, man. Seth Rogen's a dick for not responding to me, man.
Completely snubbing me. And I've kind of started as a joke. I can't remember why we got on that topic, but I was like, I think like when I was touring with Rational Anthem, they were like, you know, I've been touring with Americans for the past 2 months, and then was in tour with them, and they kept on going, "Come on now, brother!" So we kind of kept talking in that voice, and I was like, it'd be really good if there was like a movie like Armageddon or something where like a wrestler, like a guy floated into space like to his death, but went, "No, brother." So then it was like wrestlers in space. So I started really like getting into it, and then that's when I kind of got a bit tipsy and started like internet bullying Seth Rogen.
Has he blocked you yet?
Not blocked me, he's just snubbing me. I mean, at least if he'd blocked me, that would be like a reaction.
It's like he's noticed, at least he knows who you are, kind of. Like, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that have been kind of pitching in with like hassling him, and nothing, man.
Man,
I think it's a
great
idea.
I think you should make like a trailer and then send them a link and see what happens.
Yeah. It's funny, I met a guy in Austria and he was like, he like saw the post about it and was like, yeah, man, like really serious. I was like, that's a great idea, man. He's like, if you want to make this, we should do it. Like I'm making a movie just now with my friends, and like seriously, like I love this idea. So if Seth Rogen doesn't pick up on it, you know, tough luck for him. Like I'll do it with this Austrian.
I made a couple
friend.
of short films myself, man, and there are no shortage of people out there that would probably want to do this. So.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you know that band, the D-Cracks. Do you know them from Austria?
Yeah.
Their drummer Mike just looks like Hulk Hogan, so I thought he'll have a space. He'll definitely have a part. And then Kyle Manning, who was playing drums for us in the States, he plays in like City Mouse and a bunch of other bands. Like he's like the US Mike D-Crack, so I thought I definitely need to get them in. And from what I've heard, Adam Sandler would be up for it because people just saying he's the money.
Oh man, that guy. That guy. Fuck that guy.
Well, if you want, you can have a part as well, man.
No, I can't act. I'm happy to be behind the camera, but not in front of it, man.
I know, we've got headphones on just now. You could be like one of the people that's on like the spaceship. That doesn't. You can be you can have a background part.
Come on, brother.
Come on, brother. Lift up, brother.
I'll need to start doing my bass presses, man, to get fucking.
Yeah, well, I mean that's my plan now that I'm home for a little bit, man. I'm just gonna get ripped and really put some thought into wrestlers in space.
I'll see you in 2 months and you'll be like a stewed guy like with the dyed blonde mustache and shit.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
it's like shouting threats at everybody in the street. Come on now, brother.
Have you seen Andy from Every Time I Die, the guitar player who has like built like a fucking tank?
I think I have, yeah.
Massive, and he's bald and looks like Bronson.
Yeah.
That's what you'll be like at the next Murderburgers show, man. Just like built as fuck and just like angry all the time.
Just fucking roid rage. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I'm looking for that better happen. That's on record now. That has to happen.
Well, yeah, it's shit. Yeah, well, you know, I've said it, so it's going to happen now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fraser, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for talking.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot.
So there you have it. A great interview with Fraser from the Murderburgers there. It was the first interview that I did in 2016, actually, so it was good to get back in the saddle after taking a few weeks off and just basically getting fat over Christmas, like we all do, getting fat and drinking too much. So yeah, that seems to be the way that the thing everybody does. So aye, it was good, and it was good to sit down and chat to Fraser. I've been trying to arrange this interview with him for quite a long time, actually. Initially, I was going to talk to him way back during the summer at Heavy Fest because he was doing merch for Teenage Bottle Rocket at the time, but it just never materialised. So it was good to grab him just after he's come off tour and to talk about those experiences and to basically speak about, you know, his musical life. It was wonderful, and yeah, hopefully we can do it again. I really enjoyed chatting to him, and you know, there's a lot of people. I mean, most people that I talk to, I want to get to come back on the podcast and talk some more about some other shit. So maybe that'll happen in the future, maybe not, who knows. But I hope you enjoyed the chat. I know that I certainly did. I enjoyed it even more listening back to it, which I think is probably a sign that it was really, really good. So I hope you agree. And if you don't agree, tell me. I want to hear from you. I mean, either drop me an email or just get at me on Twitter. That'd be awesome. But yeah, thank you very much for listening. Please drop me a rating and review on iTunes. As always, I appreciate that immensely. And yeah, I'm going to play you out now with another Murderburgers song. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, bye-bye.
The lump in my throat.